All right. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Woo, 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 woo. I'm excited. Today we are going to welcome to World Languages and Culture with Cooking. And today we are going to be making a seafood boil. This is going to be off the chain. You're going to get your fingers ready. And it's going to be great. And so we have a wonderful guest chef. Guess who's our guest chef tonight? Yeah, Miss Marissa. So Miss Marissa is going to be our guest chef tonight. She is going to be cooking. She's going to be leading our cooking this evening and for dinner. And so before Miss Marissa shares, this month is also Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and so we want to celebrate that. And let's see, I think in this class we don't have any Asian American Pacific Islanders, but we have, I know we all know someone or have someone that we've seen that is from that culture, and so we want to celebrate the beautiful culture and their contributions. And so I'm actually going to share my screen, and so we're going to see a little bit because it's a part of our culture here in the United States of America and so many places around the world. And so we're going to learn a little bit about Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Oops. Do you guys hear the sound yet or no? You hear sound or no?
Oh no.
No. Let me share the sound. Okay.
Every May, we celebrate Asian American and Pacific Islander
There we
Heritage
go. We're
Month.
able to hear it.
San Diego County has a large AAPI community with more than 425,000 people, the 7th largest in the country. While we are united under the AAPI umbrella, we represent many different ethnicities from around the world, and each one is woven into the cultural fabric of San Diego. All month long, we'll be showcasing several of our AAPI communities so we can learn more about each other, our friends, neighbors, business owners. But we begin now with a closer look at the history of AAPI Heritage Month and who exactly it honors.
The celebrations here in the U.S. all started with this joint resolution by Congress, approved in October 1978. President Jimmy Carter signed the proclamation, kicking off the first Asian Pacific American Heritage Week in May 1979. About a decade later, President George H.W. Bush expanded the celebration from a week to a month on May 7, 1990. I was invited to attend that ceremony in the White House Rose Garden as the youth ambassador for the Organization of Chinese Americans. I remember how special it felt as a teenager to have an entire month dedicated to honoring Asian Pacific American heritage. Nearly 20 years after that, in 2009, President Barack Obama updated the name to Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, separating the two groups, and that is what we celebrate today.
A part of it is we're just trying to invite as many people to the party as possible. I like to say that people in Asia don't call themselves Asian.
Brian Hu, artistic director of Pacific Arts Movement, explains the term Asian is a convenience of the West. Many people come from home countries with territorial disputes, but once here in America, viewpoints change.
Yeah, when people from Asia move to the United States, they see themselves as like I'm a Chinese immigrant, I'm a Pakistani immigrant. But when you start realizing that the mainstream in the United States thinks you're all the same, they can't tell the difference between any of you. They don't bother learning any of our names or how to pronounce them. Then you realize, wait, we have something in common. And if they're going to see us as all the same, maybe we should stick together and fight for each other.
I'm half Japanese American. My family was incarcerated during World War II.
Wendy Sasaki is Associate Director of Asian Pacific Islander Middle Eastern DESI American Programs and Services at UC San Diego. It's a new office, just 5 years old, that students requested as a resource for support on campus. The student-driven coalition is, in many ways, the same as the alliance formed when students first used the term Asian American American in 1968.
It was a term coined by graduate students at UC Berkeley in the 1960s. And at the time, there were predominantly Asian Americans in the U.S. who were from China, Japan, and the Philippines.
Through the years, the population has grown more diverse, leading to the importance of distinguishing Pacific Islanders from Asian Americans.
It's because they're indigenous people. Like Native Hawaiian is not the same as like a Chinese person who lives in Hawaii. So by saying Asian American and Pacific Islander, we're giving the opportunity to say like, oh, Pacific Islanders, they're different and they go through something different.
Much in the ways that we look at Native American populations, this is the same kind of idea.
Pacific Islanders are descendants of the indigenous peoples of Polynesia, Melanesia, and Micronesia. The definition of an Asian American is less clear. Depending on who you ask, it generally includes people with origins from 5 different regions. Eastern Asia, including China, Korea, and Japan. Southern Asia, including Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh. Southeast Asia, including Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, and the Philippines. Central Asia, including Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Tajikistan. And even West Asia, including Israel, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and Iran. But which communities celebrate AAPI Heritage Month is still evolving.
I mean, I like to think about it as who wants to be included, right? Like, let's be inclusive as opposed to just drawing boundaries. And we're finding that these boundaries are constantly changing.
I think that's still something that people are trying to figure out. Like, is this actually where we belong in the celebration, or do we want our own thing? And I think people are still trying to sort that out and decide how that goes.
You know,
So,
such a broad term.
yeah, and okay, so why May?
Okay, so I didn't know this. I did some research. It's to mark the arrival of the first Japanese immigrants back in 1843, rather, and then to celebrate the completion of the first transcontinental railroad. We have some images here on May 10th, 1869. About 15,000 Chinese workers worked to help complete this railroad. They got paid less. They had to live in tents instead of train cars. They had to pay for their own food. And so now that history has looked at the impact of these Chinese workers on the history of the U.S., they chose May.
It's also interesting how it's evolving. We've discussed this because as somebody who grew up in California and Hawaii, my concept of Asian American Pacific Islander and this celebration was people who surrounded directly the Pacific. You know, like I said, Micronesia, Polynesia, China, Japan. But
really, it's inclusive now.
They're growing and including more and more.
And of Western Asia. And later this month, our Neda Iranpour is going to explore that a little bit more. She's Persian, and so she's going to talk to people in those Western Asian communities to see if they do consider themselves Asian or not. It's still very much evolving and a very big debate.
Yeah,
but the bottom line is inclusivity.
We're learning more about it, too, and we're going to share it with you all month long. So stick around. We've got a great series of stories, as you saw, kicking off right there.
Alrighty. Oops. Alrighty, you guys. So what did you learn about Asian American Pacific Islander heritage so far? Anything that stood out to you in that video? Well, the transcontinental, all the railroads, when they talk about the transcontinental railway, the railroads were actually built by Asian Americans. And so that's a huge contribution amongst many others. And so we're celebrating all the different cultures, Pacific Islanders as well. And so yeah. What about all the traditional outfits and costumes and all that kind of stuff? Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna learn. You'll get to learn a little bit more about Asian American Pacific Islander heritage, and we are gonna get cooking. So, Miss Marissa, I'm gonna spotlight your board. And so you guys are gonna watch Miss Marissa's board as we're chopping, as she's gonna be chopping, and she's gonna be cutting and preparing. And I'm actually gonna be her assistant today. And so I'm gonna spotlight it for you all. And so Miss Marissa, you can let us know when you are ready. And yes, you ready? All right, awesome. So as Marissa's ready there, you want to make sure that you've deveined your shrimp. Do you guys know what that means when we say devein your shrimp? So that means you've cut your shrimp on the back. So for those of you who don't know, on your shrimp on the back of your shrimp, you're cutting it and you're removing that black. Oh Lord. Well, it's the you're removing that from your shrimp. So Miss Marissa, I know you have so you want to cut it along that. It's already deveined? Perfect. So you see how there's that line that it looks like a little funnel there. So that's actually I don't know what the actual full official term is, but I know they say you're supposed to remove it, and I think it's poop from the shrimp. But it's whatever that you're supposed to remove that. So you want to devein your shrimp and pull that out. So make sure you devein your shrimp. And if you're using crab, you want to make sure you've washed your crab really well. And let's go ahead and put 8 cups of water in a large pot so it can boil. All right, Miss Marissa. And Miss Marissa, she is our lovely, Miss Marissa is one of our wonderful staff. And so she is going to be cooking with y'all today and everything. So yes.
Right now, I'm just filling up my pot. I want to bring that to a boil.
Have you guys ever made a seafood boil before? No? Okay. You two get ready. Get ready. And you're putting about 8 cups of water. 8 cups of water. You see Miss Marissa, she's pouring in the water there.
Excuse me, my pot's a little bit bigger. This is all 8 cups of water, dude.
You said that's what it. Okay.
Oh my.
So you wanna put enough water because remember when we put in all the ingredients, it's gonna come up a little higher.
No, I mean okay, in a diagram, the whole pot would be one okay, let's say one full pot, right?
Yeah.
This is only covering about 2/6 of the pot. No, 1/6 of the pot because 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, like 1/6 of the pot. So it's not a lot of water.
Got you. Miss Marissa, say that one more time.
I went ahead and added a little more water than 8 cups because my pot is it's a little bit big too, and 8 cups I didn't really fill it high enough. So I added a little bit of water as well.
Awesome. And I like how Miss Marissa said that. So if your pot is bigger, add a little bit more water, right? So based on your pot, add accordingly.
At what now?
So we're adding 8 cups of water to a large pot. So we're gonna put the pot to boil, put the water to boil, and you're putting 8 cups of water. If your pot is bigger, you can put a little bit more water.
Okay.
I have my water boiling behind. So should I begin cutting my stuff?
Yes.
Okay. So I need to take the husk off of my corn, so that's what I'm going to start doing. I've never made a seafood boil before.
Really?
So,
This
yeah,
is awesome.
I'm excited. I was scared at first, but I'm excited to see how it's going to taste.
Yes. Oh, so Miss Marissa, she's leading and she's cooking this for the first time. And so so really exciting. And I love how you see how she's pulling off the corn husk there. So when you pull it off, even like when you do it, you can do this at the store, or you can do it like Miss Marissa's doing it there, but you want to take off all those corn husks. Oh, and even the little strings.
Have you ever eaten
fresh corn?
Just corn, regular corn, without it being cooked or anything? Like off the husk?
You said if you've eaten the corn, how?
Like just right out of the husk without it being cooked or grilled or boiled?
No, actually haven't. Have any of you guys had it just like fresh corn, just off like out of the husk? You have?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it is because there's say that one more time, Miss Marissa.
Oh, I said I used to like it a lot when I was younger. It was really sweet. So.
Very sweet, yes.
Yeah, that's that sweet corn. And you know, there's different kinds of corn. There's sweet corn, but then there's also the one that's like really like dry and it's huskier. It's like it's not soft and sweet. It's like coarse. There's those kind of corn too. So corn's ready.
I'm just making sure that I have all these little strands out. And then throw away all my trash. I think I will cut them first and then wash them. Or Miss Crystal, do you think I should wash it first and then cut it?
Yes. So wash them first. Then you're gonna cut it. And when you cut your corn, you're gonna run your knife along. So we can cut these in threes. So you can cut it and run your knife along the corn, and then you can just snap it off.
Okay, so now that I finished cutting it, I think I will do it in twos. So, Miss Crystal, you said to run a line and then I can snap it off. So
right. So actually, Miss Mercy, you want to do it where it's in threes. So you'll have small pieces that are like this. So in thirds, and then you're just gonna snap it. When you run your line, you're gonna snap it off.
I'm trying to make sure to have a good break.
Wait, in thirds or in twos?
So we're gonna cut it into threes, in thirds.
Kind of what I'm doing is having
So you're gonna have your whole corn. Yeah. So Miss Mercy, you see how you run it right there? So then hold it and then snap off the front. I know muscles, come on. That's right. And then run it again. Uh-huh.
I don't have fresh corn, but I
Okay.
just that's okay.
That's okay. Or is it the frozen corn?
Yes,
That's fine too. So
Okay.
so your corn is already cooked, right?
it's not cooked yet. I can put it in the water.
Okay, so we're gonna do it. So don't put it in there just yet. But we're gonna put
Okay.
it together. So you're gonna
I'll wait.
Right,
Don't
so
wait. Don't go ahead.
what you can start doing, Miss Judy, in a minute. Well, what we're gonna start doing after this is we're gonna start cutting our sausage, and you're gonna cut it on a diagonal.
Okay, cut on the dag.
And you want to cut it in pretty big, like 2-inch pieces. So
Okay.
my grandmother, she told me, she said, the first line right here on your finger is about 1 inch.
Oh,
The
okay.
second one is 2 inches, right?
Oh, really?
3
Okay.
inches, give or take, right? Come on, that's my grandmother. So,
Yeah.
so your sausage could be about 1 inch. You could cut it about 1 inch or 2 inches.
Okay, how many sausage?
So how much ever you have.
Oh,
Good job, Miss
okay.
Marcy, you did it. Woo!
I'm frozen. Everything is frozen. Don't come in here sneezing, and you don't have any clothes. I'm on video. So if you're gonna come in,
All right. Good job. You guys, you see Miss Mercy using her muscles, her musculars to break this. Come on, muscles. To tear that corn. Come on, corn. So you should have pieces like this. You two, how are you coming with your corn?
Pretty good.
Awesome. What are you hitting? What's that?
I'm hitting the knife so I can cut the corn. And if you hear other voices, that's Violet and Donnie, friends. They're over here waiting on their mom. Because my mom's doing something with their mom.
Got you.
So right now.
Oh no, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not loud on your end.
Cool. I filled out the computer clean
I
wrap.
want a Gatorade. That's the I want a Gatorade.
Yeah, I will give it to her.
Why was let's play some a little more and let's wait. Cooking class.
Cooking class.
What's that?
Oh, right now we're making a seafood.
Right.
It's a seafood bowl.
It's like seafood, like
All right.
like a soupist kind of style.
All right, Miss Brenda, Ari, are you guys coming with your corn? Is your corn
I'm
done?
just gonna put this on the keypad so it doesn't come off.
I put none.
So when the corn splatters everywhere,
I see the comment if you have food stuck to your knife.
Miss Crystal,
Yes.
I'm done with the corn.
You're done with the corn? Awesome.
I'm excited.
All right. So the next thing is you're gonna cut your sausage into 2 to 3 inch pieces. So remember like how I showed you guys? Let me see. So
Don't forget to wash your hands. And when we're cutting our meat I'm using 2 different labels because you don't want to cross contamination, especially when it's your meat. You just never know.
Absolutely, Miss Merce. That's absolutely right. So remember, you're gonna cut your meat, your sausage. You can either cut it 1 inch. So like what I was showing, I was telling Miss Judy. So my grandmother, So this is where when you guys cook together, you're gonna learn things from your parents and your family. My grandmother, she said, the first notch on your finger is about an inch, right? The second notch is another inch. The third notch on your finger is another inch. So you can cut your sausage to be about right here, either 1 inch or 2 inches, you know, or if you want a big, I mean, I'll say about like 1 or 2 inches. So cut it where your sausage is about that, and cut it on a diagonal. So on a slant, you're gonna cut your sausage. And that's gonna make it look fancy. They're gonna be like, ooh. It should have this kind of effect here. So on a slant, just like how you see there with Miss Marissa doing it. So on a slant.
I got the Louisiana brand hot links.
Mm-hmm.
It says extra hot, and I got these ones because the guy that was at the seafood counter when I was asking him about it, he recommended this.
Yeah, this is the right one. See, you just
nice.
So hopefully it's not too hot, but he said it's good.
1, 2, I think it's 3. Well, you want me to cut all 3? Because she gonna tell you how to cut them, right?
1 inch.
Miss Christelle telling you how to cut them?
Yeah, 1 inch. So right here's about 1 inch.
Okay, so yeah.
So cut it on a slant. Cut it on a slant. So your sausage should
So
be
you're gonna make them like,
exactly.
you're gonna do them like this. Let me show you. Yeah, like that. There you go. But kind of
on a diagonal like this.
So
even Miss Marissa, on yours, you can cut it more, so you can kind of go on it
like that. See?
Turn your nurses on a slant like that. Yeah.
Don't
just it just makes it look, not just like
no. You're going back longer. I mean, you gotta slant it this way. No, you're not. You're going back down. You turn it sideways and you slant it. Just go a little bit like that. See?
Yeah.
So you're doing your 1 inch.
Oh, wait.
Like that, see? But yeah, just go kind of, see? Look at the space and see how you...
After we're done cutting, do we put in the corn and the potatoes?
So the potatoes, what kind of potatoes are you using?
Go down.
Red potatoes and
so you can
like a few brown ones?
No,
okay. So for your potatoes, if they're small potatoes, you're gonna drop them. We're gonna put them into the pot with the corn. If they're bigger potatoes, then you're gonna slice them to make them like at least in half.
I don't know.
Right. Miss Marissa, I see you there. Come on.
What's the thing?
Lisa, I see you too.
Netflix? What you want? Disney Plus or Netflix?
This is snow.
So
turkey sausage.
Hey, I see you.
I don't think.
So before Miss Andrew, we're not putting them in the pot just yet. So we have a couple more things to chop.
Excuse me, Miss Christelle, I don't have the regular potatoes. I just have those rusted. Should I peel the skin?
I would say,
someone mute me, please.
Sure. I would say for your potatoes, if you're using the regular potatoes, wash the skin really well. You know what? Yeah, maybe you should peel them.
Okay.
Yeah, so peel them and then when you cut it in like in half. So
cut it in half.
So they won't break up, because those are a firmer potato. The red skin and the white skin potatoes are a thinner skin.
Oh yeah.
So they cook faster.
Okay.
But for yours, you can just peel the skin and then just cut it in half.
Cut it in half. Okay, got it.
All right.
Thank you.
Miss Marissa, you're welcome. Miss Marissa, I'm gonna hand it back to you. Miss Marissa and I are tag teaming.
The skin. I don't know, if you're gonna be blowing
Say
it
one more
out
time?
and stuff, I think you should just.
What'd you say, Miss Mercy?
If I cut all of these sausages, you think that would be too much sausage now?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Miss,
So then that's
Miss Brenda.
I was wondering, why is different? Let me see. Is that correct? It's different potatoes. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's good.
That's perfect. That's actually going to be beautiful when you take it out. So yes,
It's
so
not-
all those different. So you got. It looks like you have a red potato.
Yes.
The yellow potato, and then is that one like a deeper red, like a?
It's
That's
okay.
nice. That's
And
okay.
what about this?
Perfect.
Yes.
Yes, that's good.
Okay.
Yep, that's perfect. Awesome. Good job. Yeah, everything is right on point. So we have a couple other things to chop up. We already chopped our so let's get the potatoes. So if your potato is bigger, we're gonna cut the potato in half. Or if it's smaller, like when I went to the store, they didn't have the bag of potatoes like I wanted, but they had smaller potatoes and they had bigger potatoes. So, you know, like I may not cut this one, but I'm gonna cut the mama, cut it in half.
right now. I'm getting my tiny potatoes, and I'm gonna wash them real fast.
Yeah. Make sure they're washed.
I got the red potatoes.
Those look great. So like Miss Marissa, like how she's washing her potatoes, or if you've already chopped your potatoes, or if you have them whole. So let's put this to the side. And Miss Marissa, because your potatoes are small, so you don't have to cut those. Those are like perfect. Those like when you pick it up with your fork, that's like 2 bites, right? So that's perfect. You don't have to cut those because they're already small. So while you're already getting your potatoes ready, let's go ahead and grab your onion and your garlic. So we're gonna chop those, and and we are going to, because your water should be boiling or almost boiling.
Yeah, my water is boiling right now, so I just lowered it just a little bit, but not to where it will stop the boil, just so that the water doesn't evaporate.
Yeah, and everything is actually going to go in right now. So we're chopping the onion and the garlic, and then we're going to start with our onion, our garlic, and we're going to chop and we're going to slice our lemon. Get those together. So for the garlic.
So I have, when I was younger, I read that if you cut an onion and eat gum at the same time, that supposedly is not supposed to make you cry. But I've never cut an onion. And not only that, but this gum is a little old. I'm going to, we'll find out. Hopefully I don't cry.
I don't know about that, Mr. Well, you're going to try it, right?
My mom says that if you leave your onions in the fridge, it doesn't make you cry. If you leave the onions in the fridge.
Yeah, because of the water.
I wish I knew that.
Well, Miss Mercy, we're gonna test your theory about the gum. So the onions we're gonna chop, the garlic. When you chop the garlic, we're gonna put it to the side because the garlic is what we're gonna use for the sauce. The onion is what we're gonna put in the pot with everything.
Mr. Zell, how are we chopping our onions?
So we're actually gonna chop our onion into we're gonna kind of cut it really kind of big. We're not chopping it too small because
so cut it in half, then cut it big.
Right. We're basically like cutting it in half, or you could cut it like 3, like 1, 2, but it's just a big chop.
Okay, I'm just doing that because because I'm cooking alone today because my mom has to do something with my friend's mom.
Okay.
Just cut off.
But I know she's nearby, so
yeah.
So you're gonna be good because I know she's gonna be right there to still watch you.
Yeah, and also I'm listening to music. If you want.
Okay, that's all right. Music is good when you're cooking. Cooking is relaxing. You guys find cooking relaxing?
Yeah. Excuse me, Miss Crystal. How many cloves of garlic?
I won't say no. Cooking's not relaxing.
How many cloves of garlic?
We're gonna do. We are going to use. So in this recipe, it uses 2 heads of garlic.
2 heads.
2 heads of garlic, just because a lot of it's a really garlicky sauce. So if you don't want it to be like garlic, you can use less. But if you want to go ahead and because remember, this sauce is going to go over all of it's going to spread out on all these vegetables. So you can use the 2 heads of garlic.
2 heads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just open them up.
How many times did you want me to cook this?
These potatoes weren't good, but they okay.
You're gonna cut it so you can cut it in thirds. So cut it 1, 2, or you can cut it in half. Just like you guys see Miss Mercer there, she cut it like there, and then she cut it again right there on the side. Awesome. All right, perfect. All right, so let's get our garlic chopped up. Remember, this garlic, we're just putting it to the side.
Yeah, like little baby, like little kid Jay. How are we gonna cut our bell pepper?
Don't be scratching here.
The bell pepper. Bell pepper is actually going to be a part of our.
Okay.
The bell pepper is going to be a part of our garlic sauce. So, the bell pepper we're actually going to cut in, like I'll probably say about like inch, like an inch piece. Remember I told you like your finger, this little first notch on your finger. So cut it in strips and then cut it across like about inch. You already did your garlic D2? Okay, so you guys, you know what? Because our water is boiling now, and this garlic is gonna go on the for the sauce. Let's start putting everything in. So let's put in the let's put in our potatoes, our corn. Actually, I'm sorry, before you put in the potatoes and corn, let's add in the flavor. So if you have your crab boil mix with the seasonings, crab and seafood boil, let's add that in, and then we're gonna put in potatoes, corn, onions. All right, Miss Marissa, I see those chopping skills. Come on. All right. So
did everybody see my? Oh, sorry, Miss Marissa. Miss Krista. Did everybody see my message in chat? Like if you have like tip like if food keeps sticking on your like knife, you should angle your knife like this to make it not stick.
Well, what is it that you're cutting?
Huh?
What is it that you're cutting that's making it stick?
I mean, like angle it like this, and just like let it kind of glide.
Ah, well, remember, yeah, so it's gonna glide and you're gonna push it off, but then depending on what you're cutting, yeah, it's gonna kind of, it's okay when it grasps onto your knife. That's a good thing. That means, you know, it's cutting through, right?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna slide it, and then you're gonna slide it off, you know, or you could slide it off on like your edge of your bowl with a knife.
Yeah, but then also some people don't like it, but it was just like a kind of tip I learned today at school when I was in health class.
Yeah.
I actually learned that tip. And it's a good tip because now I'm using that tip because I hate when my food gets stuck on the thing of my knife. And now I don't have to worry about that. And I can just cut my bell peppers in piece.
Because it's not sticking to the knife. That's awesome.
Miss Krista, I have a question.
Sure.
So it says 1/4 cup of paprika. So that's literally like 1/4 of this cup, like, right?
Yes. Right. So 1/4 of that. So let me see here.
Because I have the measuring tablespoon, but not cup.
So for the paprika, so the paprika is when we're doing the sauce. So we're not using, so let's not do pepper. But just put it to the side.
What seasoning do I put together right now?
So right now we're using the crab boil, whatever your crab boil mix is, for the, you guys see that? So your crab boil, there you go. So you're gonna put that into the water.
Okay, got it. So I should put that in right now?
Yeah, for this pack, you can use like, let's see here. You can use about, this package boils 4 pounds crawfish, 8 medium crabs. So I would say about like a little less than half of this pack. So you'll feel half of, you feel the whole thing. You'll feel about like when you pour out about half, but just a little bit less than half of it. Okay.
I'm just really good at cutting like this. I didn't know I was gonna need it. I'm gonna know myself.
Did you guys add any corn? Potatoes? The onion? Onion? And then let's also slice our lemon. So if you have your lemon, we're just gonna cut it into wedges. So you're gonna put the skin and everything. Miss Marissa, how are you doing over there with the gum?
You know what? I think it works. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I didn't cut that much. Like I only cut half, and then like the lip. I mean, it really isn't that exposed. So I don't know if it's working because of that or it's the gum. But it got into my eye a little bit. But it's not that bad. Much better than what I expected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like Miss Angie said, you could put your onion in the refrigerator or put in some water, and that helps to cut the sharpness. Because remember, the juices from when you cut the onion is what the fumes kind of go up into your nose and your eyes, and that's why it burns. All righty, we're doing good. So let's get, you should have put in your lemons, cut them in wedges and put them in. And so you can also put in your Cajun seasoning into the pot right now. So you can add 2 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning into your pot. And I would say taste because this seasoning pack has salt in it. Taste the water, and like my water tastes salty, so I'm not adding any extra salt. Okay, Miss Marissa, how's your pot taste?
So I haven't tasted it yet. I just put in my lemon. So I'm about to put in 2 tablespoons, right, of Cajun seasoning.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. All right. How about the rest of you? D2, Miss Brenda, Miss Judy, Ari.
I'm behind a lot because I just couldn't really hear a lot because I had to deal with some other stuff that was going on.
Okay, no problem. We're gonna get you caught up. So where are you right now?
Right now, I just finished cutting up the bell peppers.
Okay.
So.
Did you slice your lemon?
No. So how do I slice my lemon?
You're gonna slice it into wedges.
Wedges, like fancy drink kind of style.
Yeah, like a fancy drink kind of style. Yep. Miss
Wait,
Marissa, can you show him how to cut the wedge?
I'm sorry.
What'd you say, Miss Angie? Let me see. Are you cut a D2?
Hello.
So those are some circles.
I think she said.
And that's totally fine too.
Huh?
Yeah. That's good. And you
like
can,
this?
That could work. Absolutely. Because it's gonna seep into your lemons and seafood work well together.
Yeah. And Miss Marissa, I had to say fancy drink instead of like the actual name of the drinks, because if I said the actual name of the drink, you guys probably would have got demonetized or a channel strike for whatever I said.
Right, Dietrich, because this is a family-friendly channel. We have to make sure that what we're saying is
family friendly.
Exactly.
Hold on, quick question. So after you cut the lemons, what happens next?
How many lemons?
So just one lemon. You're gonna slice it in wedges. Or
Okay.
like he cut it like in circles going straight down, like if he was putting it on the rim of the glass.
Do I add this too?
And add it to your pot.
What about this lemon pepper?
The lemon pepper is for the salt. So right now you should be adding, so we're gonna make the sauce next. So let's add your 2 tablespoons of Cajun seasoning. That should have been in your pot. And cover your pot down. So that's gonna start, that is gonna be boiling. If you have crab legs, does anybody have crab legs?
Yes.
So I have crab legs. Miss Marissa, you have?
I have shrimp and lobster tails.
Yes. So I've got crab legs. Miss Marissa has shrimp and lobster tails.
I have
the
shrimp,
crab legs,
and
Come
crab.
on. So for your crab legs, let's well actually, so something I learned, they said crab legs, when you get them, they're already cooked. You see how they're orange?
Oh yeah, they're cooked. Yes.
They're already cooked. So let's put, all right, so if you have crab legs, put the crab legs into the pot here. For your shrimp, your sausage, or lobster, we're gonna just put that into the butter sauce because those are not gonna take a long time to cook, but your crab needs some more room. Okay, so let's put the crab. So if you have crab legs, put it in the pot with your corn.
So right now you want us to put our potatoes and our corn into the pot of boiling right now?
That's boiling. And your crab legs, if you have crab legs, Mr. Crab. Well, we ain't got no split words. Mr. Krabs. Crabs are pretty cool. Oh, you don't want to get caught with this. You don't want to get caught with this, you know. Oh my goodness. It's not splinter. I'm forgetting what they call when you.
My water. Okay, we're good.
All right. So, did everybody cut up their bell peppers?
I haven't cut mine yet. I'm putting my potatoes in.
Yes. Add in all your potatoes, your corn, your onion, and the crab legs if you're using crab legs. So now we're gonna start getting our butter sauce ready. So you want to, let's make sure, our bell pepper. Okay, Miss Marissa's adding her potatoes. So Miss Marissa, you wanna place them in, like how you're using the spoon to guide you, and then just drop, like you don't want to drop them in when they go bloop. You want to like slide them in, because you don't want water splashing back up at you. Okay, for the bell peppers, cut your bell pepper in half, and then you're gonna slice it into strips. And then remember about that 1 inch mark there on my finger, I'm gonna cut it about 1 inch. Okay. And I know Miss Marissa's gonna show you. She's gonna show you the cutting.
garlic.
Okay. If you already have your bell pepper cut, I know Miss Marissa's gonna show us how to cut it. So cut it in half, and then we're gonna cut it in strips. And then after you cut it in strips, then you're gonna cut it about that 1 inch going across. Okay, if you guys have done both of those things, you can start pull out your butter. Get your butter ready.
How much butter?
Do we put the sausages in the pot already?
No, not yet. The sausage is just gonna go into the butter sauce. It's gonna cook in the butter sauce. Miss Angie, did you chop your bell peppers yet?
Yes.
Okay, great. And your garlic is chopped already?
Yes. There's 4 people. We're getting it done fast.
All right. So Miss Judy, to answer your question on the butter, we're actually gonna we're using 5 sticks of unsalted butter. So the thing about the butter, because remember the butter is gonna go on, you're gonna pour it over all of the corn and all that stuff. So
1 pound? 1 pound is good?
Is that how much it comes up? Let me
I have
see.
a pound.
You have a pound of butter?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to put my corn in the in the pot?
Yeah. So potatoes, corn, onions.
Is it good to put it in a bowl for the butter sauce? Should we put it in a bowl first?
No. You're gonna get if you have a medium-sized saucepan, we're gonna put the butter into the saucepan, and we're gonna add in all the stuff.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, so you can put your pan on the stove. So Miss Judy, a pound of butter is a lot of butter. So
okay.
I want you to use, so if you're doing like, hold on 1 second.
So don't use a pound.
Because this is one stick of butter. Second, let me check here. Sure, you're actually right.
It's a pound.
It's gonna be a pound because let me see. 4 ounces. Right. So 4 ounces is 0.25 pounds. So if we have 4 of these, then that's gonna be 1 pound. So yeah.
Okay.
That's some math for you guys. Come on now. That's some math for you. Google is your friend. All right. So grab your
Miss Christelle, is this an okay pan to use?
Yes. That's a good pan. Then remember on this pan, you're gonna need a cover.
Miss Christelle?
Miss Sister, why it should be unsalt butter? Why?
So if you just I think just kind of watching the salt content, because we're adding, because then you can monitor how much salt you add to it. And then remember, even the packet that we put in here, this has a lot of salt in it already. So that's why it says unsalted butter. Now, if you have salted butter, it's gonna be okay too. Do you have salted butter?
It says vegetable butter. The blue bonnet one.
Okay.
It's okay. The blue bonnet one.
It will be just fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Should I add,
Totally fine.
should I add the bell peppers into the pot yet?
No, not yet. So the first thing you want to put
So right
into
now I had
Okay.
yeah, in my pot I have my corn, my potatoes, my lemon wedges, my onion, my Cajun seasoning, my crawfish and shrimp seasoning, and I think that's it.
That is it. And that's, so everybody, we're right on track right there. So we're putting our saucepan on the stove now, and we're gonna melt our butter. We're gonna melt our 5 sticks of butter with garlic. So let's start with the butter first, and then we're gonna move on to garlic. Melt your butter. Add your butter in. We're gonna melt the sticks of butter. So your 5 sticks of butter. Put that in to melt it down. And as it's melting, add in your garlic, your chopped garlic.
Miss Christelle, how long are we leaving this to boil?
The corn and the potatoes.
Yeah, mine stopped boiling, so should I turn the heat up?
Yeah, you could turn your heat up, and it may not be bubbling, but you want to put it on medium heat. And the way that we know it's finished is because your potatoes are going to be toothpick tender, and your corn is going to be tender as well. Okay. Melt your butter down. The stick of butter, you can move it around with if you have a spoon, or if you have a wooden spoon, move it around so it melts down. And so after you do that, then we're gonna add in our seasonings. And our bell pepper.
Seasoning the bell peppers.
Miss Judy, you already got you have the butter melted?
It's not belt. Oh, it ain't on.
So
I thought it was on.
Oh, it wasn't on yet?
No.
It's okay.
I thought it was on. Okay, it's on now.
Okay, great.
Yep.
So, Miss Crystal, I have my butter and my garlic inside of the pan. So now I'll put my bell peppers in it.
Yes, you can add in your bell peppers. And then now we're gonna add in our seasonings.
How much seasoning?
Okay, so we're gonna get our old. I'm gonna tell you all the seasonings we're gonna put in. All right, so we're gonna have a 1/4 cup of paprika, 2 tablespoons of Old Bay.
Paprika. A 1/4 of paprika. Okay. How much of the lemon seasoning?
Which one?
Lemon seasoning.
The lemon pepper is gonna be 3 tablespoons.
3 tablespoons.
Miss Crystal, is this enough for paprika?
So let's see, a 1/4 of a cup. Yeah, so Miss Marissa, what you have there is fine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1/4.
You're crushing garlic.
1/4 of Old Bay, you said?
Old Bay is gonna be 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of Old Bay.
How much of lemon pepper again? I'm sorry.
Okay. It is 3 tablespoons of lemon pepper.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Absolutely, it's no problem for you to ask.
Do we add the garlic while it's cooking?
Yes, ma'am. Add it in.
Keep adding garlic.
And turn your fire. Your fire should be kind of like on low. Your fire should be on low for the butter, for this butter sauce.
Okay. It's on low. Yeah, it's on low. I'm still cutting up garlic.
That's okay, because it's gonna get in there and it's gonna do just fine. So we added the lemon pepper. Then you're gonna add 3 tablespoons of cayenne pepper.
Woo, cayenne.
Okay. So wait. So far, I'm glad you said that, Miss Judy. Woo. Cayenne is gonna make it spicy.
Right.
So if you want spicy, 3 tablespoons. If you want medium, 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon.
If you want no spicy, no cayenne pepper.
me see what I have. I don't know if I have the cayenne pepper. It don't matter. I got crushed pepper. I don't know if she brought any cayenne. But that probably make it too hot. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll do it out. I'll just use hot sauce on mine.
No, actually, you can pour the hot sauce in there.
Oh, okay.
I know I heard that. I'll make it good.
Hot sauce.
Miss Christelle, so we're gonna put Cajun, we put Cajun seasoning in this and in the first pot, right?
Yes, we did. So we're gonna add in a tablespoon of sugar. So let me see. Yeah, you put in the Cajun seasoning. Let's put in a tablespoon of sugar, and you're gonna take a cup of the broth. So the broth from the pot that has the potatoes in there. So you're gonna scoop out a cup of that broth and pour it into your butter sauce.
Okay. And what was the sugar for again?
Into the sauce. 1
To the
tablespoon.
sauce? Okay.
1 tablespoon of sugar.
Sugar. Sugar honey bunch. Sweet like sugar. Like pie.
Flour. Sugar. Honey.
Okay, come on now. I hear you.
Girl. And they got me.
Miss Christelle?
Yes.
So for the Cajun, excuse me, for the Cajun seasoning, we put that in
sugar.
Both pots, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and then put the broth, put a cup of the broth from the potatoes into the thing, and then now let's add in our shrimp, our sausage, your lobster, because remember, seafood is not going to take a long time to cook. Your shrimp, we're not cooking it till it curves, because you see how it kind of has a curve, like a half moon? We don't want it to touch. We want it to kind of get a little bit like medium, like halfway where it's, I wouldn't say almost touching, but kind of a deeper curve, but it's not touching. If it's touching, then it means it's overcooked. Okay.
Gotta get this garlic up.
All right, when you pour your broth into the pot, pour it in slowly, okay? Remember, you're working with oil, so we don't want that splash up at you. You want to pour it in slowly.
Broth. How much broth? About
1
a cup?
About
a cup. I think I have some broth.
So the broth, remember, the same broth from your corn is what you're pouring into the butter sauce.
Oh, okay. I was going to use chicken.
You don't have to. We're using it the same. We're using that same broth from, from the corn.
All right.
All right, and after you've done that, then add in your shrimp, your sausage, your lobster.
Yes. Do we put the lobster and the sausage in the saucepan?
In the butter sauce, yes.
Yeah.
And adding your bell peppers as well.
Can I put the oysters in with the butter sauce too, or okay?
Absolutely, because, and then for your oysters or your clams, you'll know that they're ready because they'll crack open.
So Miss
And make sure, one thing about oysters and clams, when you buy them, they have to be closed shut. If any clam, when they're raw, they should be closed shut. If they're open a little bit, then that's not good. Okay, when you buy them raw, they should be closed. When they cook, then they open up.
So Miss Krista, I put all my seasonings into my pan. So now I'll put my shrimp and lobster tails.
Let's add it in.
Do I wash them?
So your shrimp, you should have washed already from when you took them out the bag. So go ahead and wash them. And then you see mine are here already deveined. So, and these ones that I have here, they still have the shell on them, but they're cleaned. They're deveined. Okay. So go ahead and add these in. And also add in your sausages. And Miss Marissa, like how you're washing your shrimp, you can wash your shrimp with some, you can add some lemon juice, squeeze some lemon juice over your shrimp, and that's gonna help just to clean them as well. When I cook chicken, I add lemon, wash it with lemon as well. So you can do that.
Do the shrimp go into the butter sauce, or does it go into the crab?
Butter sauce.
Okay. I just got some frozen ones.
Oh, that's totally fine. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
I know you may, I just sneezed. So all these spices that we're using, they're gonna make you come alive, right? When you guys talk about, like right now we have the pandemic, we're not over yet. It's not over yet. Like it's still here. There's variants and all kinds of stuff. We still have to be mindful. So even like how we're eating this, the spiciness that's in it is good for your immune system. The, the garlic, all of that is good for building a strong immune system. And you guys, when we hear about the pandemic, we hear about, the things that are going on, you want to make sure your immune system is strong. That's what makes the difference. So when you if you catch a common cold, you'll get over the common cold, right? But if your immune system is not strong, even a common cold could knock you out. So you want to make sure you're resting. You want to make sure you're eating healthy. You want to make sure you're exercising. Lemons, anything that's citrus is good for building a strong immune system. Ginger is good for your immune system. So many things that are natural and healthy that we're eating is good for our immune system. Yes, the vaccines are great and have a strong immune system as well. Okay, so that's what we're doing with food. Food's gonna keep our body strong. So it doesn't matter if it's coronavirus, Omicron, whatever comes, strong immune system is what's gonna make the difference. You two, how are you coming? I see you. Is everything in your pot? No? Okay.
What about the sausage?
Everything.
Put the sausage in the garlic butter sauce.
Okay.
Well, if I put the garlic in there, and also my throat's on fire because, oh my gosh, the sauce, I tasted butter sauce. I added a little, maybe I added a little too much cayenne pepper because no one has a quarter around here. No one has a quarter.
But did you add the sauce to it? Did you add the broth from the? Yeah. Okay, so it should balance it out. Did you put them together already? So, oh yeah, D2. You're asking D2?
Oh no, I was just asking for is like, so we mix the butter sauce with the pot that has our potatoes and corn.
So no. So you're gonna take a cup of the sauce from your corn and pour it into the butter sauce.
Alrighty.
And then we're gonna put the cover on top of it and we're gonna let it We're gonna let it simmer.
Miss Christelle.
Mhm.
So I have I still have shrimp and I have sausage still, and it didn't fit in that thing. So should I like start another pan and take some of that juice from the first pan and like start a second one?
So you want to cook all of your sausages?
Well, yeah, because I still have like more shrimp and more like just a little bit of sausage left.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so you can start another pan. You can do another pan of can your shrimp fit into the butter sauce?
I put half of my shrimp and half of my sausage in there.
Can the raw shrimp that's in that other one fit into the pot? No, they can't. Okay, no problem. So I want you to take so take another pot, some of the sauce from the corn, pour it into the pot, and then add in the extra shrimp and the extra sausage.
Okay, but
and
don't
then,
add no seasoning and stuff? Don't add like no extra seasoning or nothing?
Because what I'm gonna have you do, because you're gonna let it cook in the broth from the corn, and then you're gonna toss it into the one that's on the stove. But it's gonna cook in the other pot.
That's smart. That's very smart. Okay, I would have never thought about that.
Critical thinking. Critical thinking, yes. Yeah. Teamwork. Miss Judy, how you coming? Miss Angie, how you coming? I see you there.
Coming along. Getting this garlic cut up.
Yes.
Ready to go. We're just having it simmer right now.
That's good. So, Miss Angie, while you're waiting there, we're gonna chop some. If you have green onion, parsley, or cilantro, we're gonna chop it because that's gonna be a part of our garnish. And if you have bread, any kind of bread is fine. You're gonna toast your bread, okay? Because that's gonna be a complete meal. We got our carbs, we got our veggies, we got our protein or seafood.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? My internet was being weird, so it literally cut off when you said, essentially while you're waiting, let's cut, and then it went out.
So we're gonna cut your, so if you have parsley, cilantro, or green onion, we're gonna use that as a garnish, so you can chop that.
Parsley, garlic.
One of the three. If you have parsley or cilantro or green onion, that could work.
Excuse me, Miss Christelle.
Huh?
I had this spicy Cajun seasoning and I made a mistake. So it's like okay, so put it into perspective.
Okay.
We have a cayenne pepper to add to our butter sauce, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I added slap your mama Cajun seasoning, and that was hot square too.
And it slapped me.
Well, isn't it called Stop Your Mama? That means it's gonna be good. It's extra goodness. It's gonna be like, yes. It's gonna make you want to be like,
It slapped me, Miss Christelle. It slapped me.
Oh my goodness.
Miss Christelle, I almost forgot about the lobster tail. So I should put that in as well?
Yes. So add in your lobster. So all your seafood should be in the butter sauce. All your ingredients should be in the butter sauce. Or all the other things should be in the butter sauce. What you can do now is check your potatoes. Like if you have a toothpick or a fork, kind of poke it, see if it's ready. It may be there, it may need just a little bit more. You want it to be tender.
If you have a toothpick pierced through it, it should be toothpick tender.
Ours is toothpick tender. Do we take it out?
So yeah, so you can, and then how's your corn? Your corn is ready too?
Yeah.
All right. So if those are toothpick tender, then you can turn off the stove on your corn and the potatoes. And for your butter sauce, you want it to simmer. You want it to simmer where you almost kind of like, you'll kind of see the oil on top, but then also look at your shrimp, because we don't want them to be all the way closed. We want them to be kind of like almost. But we also want them to be cooked. That's the most important thing. Everyone, cook food. So, yes.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Can I
Oh,
show
you.
this?
Yes. Show us what you got.
Okay. So.
Uh-oh. It's hard to hear you. Woo! That's looking good. I see those lobster tails on top.
Can you guys hear me okay
Yes.
now?
Yes, we can. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this one, I have all the seafood stuff, but it's kind of split. So this one has everything, Miss Krista, but then this one just has the chicken broth. That's the only liquid that's in there. And it has I put 2 tails in each one.
Nice.
So it only has, like, but I don't know what heat should I put that on?
So is this the one with the garlic,
the
garlic butter?
Yeah. What soap?
Is that the one with the
No,
broth?
that one is just broth.
Did you realize?
So put it on medium.
Yes, that one just has broth in it.
Put it on medium, because you want your sausages to kind of get a little plump, and then your lobster tails, we want your lobsters to cook as well too. So put it on medium heat. That looks good, Miss Marissa. Ew! And I see it bubbling up. That's good. That's a good sign.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. That looks
Miss
great.
Christelle,
Yes, ma'am.
what's the bell peppers being added to?
To the butter sauce.
Oh, to the butter sauce. Okay.
So you can add them in, because even if they're a little crunchy, if they're not super tender, that's still fine.
Okay.
The bell peppers, because bell peppers don't take long to cook. It's smelling great in here.
It is. It sounds good.
Smells like success.
Miss Christelle, you can still hear me okay?
I can. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I can hear you. All right. Chop your, if you have parsley.
Should I be mixing it?
Yes, you can give it a stir, kind of stir it a little bit. So Miss Mercy, you could stir it a little bit.
Just butter. Yeah, what's that? Oh, bread,
butter. And anybody else, if you want to show how it's coming along, then I can spotlight you.
It's in the It's in the I know. There you go.
Ooh. Come through, Miss Marissa. That's what I'm talking about. Wow.
All right, all right.
Your neighbors are gonna be like, "What's that smell? That smells so good." Who's cooking?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, should I put this toast on or should I wait?
Yes, put the toast on.
Put the toast on?
Go ahead and toast the toast. Toast the
toast. Okay, I'm putting it on. No, I got juice. I got to check this potato.
That's good. That's my potato. Taste the broth on your corn. In a little bit, depending on when you put in your shrimp, then you can give them a taste in a little bit. I put in my shrimp earlier, so you can taste the sauce. Check on the sauces.
Taste the shrimp.
Yeah.
I think the shrimp is ready. Oh yeah, they should be ready, huh?
Your shrimp.
They're cooking. They're not ready yet, but they're almost there.
Yeah, good. So your shrimp. So your shrimp here, you see how they're starting to come around? Okay. Look at that good steam. Ooh. And then your sausage should have kind of plumped up a little bit. You see how it's a little.
Oh yeah.
So that's what we're looking for. And you want your shrimp to start curving around. That's a sign that it's just about there. You don't want it to be all the way tight, but it's almost there because like this is just about ready, right? We don't want to overcook our shrimp. And then taste the butter sauce. All right, you guys, it's time for us to plate it up. If your food is ready, you can plate it up so you can put it in a, so when you plate it up, if you're putting it in a bowl, or if you guys are eating it family style, I don't know if you guys have ever seen when you go to certain places, they put it all out on the table, or like in the South, you know, they have crawfish boil, and then they have so they put the paper on the table and they throw out everything on the table, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Miss Angie.
How do we make our sauce thicker? Because our butter sauce came out a little bit watery. So how do we make it thicker? We want to make it thicker.
You want to make it thicker.
Do we add flour or
you could
cornstarch?
You could put a little bit of flour and water and mix it together. So mix your flour and water together and just add it. But remember, it is because it's your. Did you put 5 sticks of butter?
Yes.
Because remember, it's not supposed to be a thick sauce. But if you want it to be thicker, some flour and water will be just fine. And then you're gonna, when you put it in the bowl, you're gonna put in
put in some corn, put in a little bit of everything, pour some sauce, and then put some more, pour some sauce, sprinkle your garnish like that. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Excuse me, Miss Crystal.
Yeah.
I made this really good sauce. Okay, so what I did was I took.
Tell her about the first one.
So first sauce I was gonna. Okay, this first sauce for my 11th birthday, I went to this like crab lobster place.
Yeah.
And they had this sauce that was a mix of not bell pepper, salt.
Yeah.
Pepper. Butter and lemon. Right?
Yeah.
And so today we made that for our food, right?
Right.
And I'm like, we have a spicy butter sauce and also butter to add to the first sauce.
Yeah.
So we have a spicy butter sauce and a garlicky butter sauce.
Yes.
Mix them both up together. And now we've made the spicy garlicky butter sauce.
Yum. Isn't that fantastic? How's it taste? How's it taste, D2? Come through. Come on. Come on. Wait. Where'd you go? Hold on. Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
What do you mean?
That's good. Yeah, I wanted to spotlight you. Come on.
That was good. And it looks like this. Oh, let me just show you.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh.
You guys see that?
We're seeing your plate. Yeah, there we go. Almost. Come on. Well, look at your angle. Come up a little bit. But I see the butteriness. Yeah.
I didn't wait. That's the back part, right?
I know it takes some practice, right?
Oh no, the computer. the computer got cut off because I had the angle.
Miss Christina, how do we plate it?
So you're gonna put it in your bowl, and then you're gonna put some corn, put a potato, put a little bit of everything.
Do I take the juice from both of them?
No, so we're just taking the juice from the butter sauce and pouring it over all your stuff. So put one of everything in your bowl, pour some butter sauce on top. If you want to put another layer of it, put it on top, and then sprinkle your garnish.
Cleaning. Remember, you clean as you go, baby.
Come on, that's right. Clean as we go, so we don't have a dirty.
I didn't know you heard that, Miss Christina.
Yes, ma'am. And then don't forget to toast your bread. See? All that cayenne pepper and stuff is gonna clear your sinus. If you got sinus issues, go. All right, let's plate it out.
Ooh. Warmed up, but that's okay.
So, Miss Christelle, this is what mine looks like.
Woo! Hold on, let me move this. Wow.
That looks amazing.
Go ahead, Miss Marissa.
Nice.
You didn't do crab, crab.
No, she did lobster.
Yeah, I did lobster tails, but they're still cooking too.
Oh,
I have a separate pot.
Oh, all right, lobster tail. I started to get some lobster tails too. Me too, love lobster tails.
Well, I like the whole lobster.
Good, Miss Marissa, yeah.
It tastes good. I just barely tasted the potato because it's so hot right now, but you can definitely taste the flavor. My sister really likes seafood, so I know when she wakes up, she'll be happy because she's asleep right now.
All right, don't forget to put your little garnish on the top. Make it look pretty, make it look fancy. Take a picture.
Okay, there's mine.
Well, let's see you, Miss Judy. Where are you?
I'm right here.
Oh, your video's not on.
Oh, video not on. Okay.
That's why we can't see.
Let's see here.
There you go. Oh, wait. So bring it up a little bit. Ooh, Miss Judy. Miss Judy.
Ooh, that look good.
That looks
You want to
good.
slap your mouth.
Wow. Look. Ooh, everybody tries gonna be like, yes. Okay, come on.
Everybody's got a good dish today.
No, you're gonna have people at your house, they're gonna be like, we coming.
I hope they like it.
Look, I believe they're gonna love it.
I'm gonna plate it and then they're gonna have to come and eat it.
They're gonna love it. They're gonna love it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Miss Brenda, Miss Angie, how are you guys doing on yours?
Here's some toast.
With the toast, yep. So toast is gonna give them that bread on the side.
Okay. Got some toast. Yeah, some toast.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That looks good.
Yes. All right. Get your bowl, Ariana.
All right, you guys. So we're at the end of the class. Next week is our last week.
Okay.
And you all have been awesome. We're going to have the showcase next week as well. So we're actually going to use wonderful clips from World Language and Culture class throughout this whole semester. And so next week we're going to be making a baked ziti with ricotta and eggplant.
Ziti with eggplant.
If all the students could put their name in the chat real quick as well.
Huh?
Put the students, if the students could put their name in the chat.
Yes,
for their $40.
Yes, we're gonna put it in chat too. So yes, or Miss Angie, if you can help us put it in the chat, that'll be great. And so, and put the parents' names as well too. All right, y'all. Oh, let me see. I was gonna see if I can show you.
Thank you for the lovely recipe.
You're welcome. I don't know if you guys can.
Bye, you guys. Miss Crystal, I'm gonna head over to the next Zoom. I'll see you guys.
Yes. All right.
So this one's mine.
Better me, Miss Krista.
Ooh, Miss Brenda. Yes, let's see yours, Miss Brenda.
Yes.
We try to show it.
Ooh, Miss Brenda.
Is that?
Yes, that looks so good.
Wow. That looks good, Miss Brenda.
It pinched.
Why you
Let me a pincher. The pincher. Mr. Pinchy, you gotta get it. Okay. Mr. Pinchy.
Ooh, everybody's looks so good. Miss Angie, you want to show us yours? Oh, I think, okay, she's frozen. Okay, this one's mine, you guys. You see the crab leg saying hello?
All right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like the parsley with the sausage.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Enhanced. Oh.
It brings out the flavor, right? And the lemons that we already had in there.
All right.
Great job, you guys.
Okay.
D2, how you doing? Did you try yours? No? Okay, it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Right.
We're just waiting on our sausage because he didn't put nothing in the pot. So
nope.
Okay.
So everything is ready but our sausage and shrimp.
No problem. Well, it's gonna be ready in because it doesn't take long at all. So it's gonna be ready like next maybe five to 10 minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah.
All right, take a picture and please send any pictures from your recipes because we're gonna put it in the showcase for tomorrow. I mean for next week. All right, bye y'all.
Bye.
Great job.